More than 1/3 of American Jewish teenagers sympathize with Hamas. 42% believe Israel is committing genocide in Gaza, and 66% sympathize with the Palestinian people as a whole. This is a major strategic loss for a country that on the 6th of October 2023 thought it had closed down the issue of Palestine and had the world in its pocket. But the damage goes deeper than this. The anti-war protests, condemned by Western governments first as anti-Semitism and then legislated against as terrorism, have created a global front for the liberation of Palestine. The movement to boycott Israel is stronger than ever before. Israel is in the dock of international justice as never before. Not only are there arrest warrants out for Netanyahu and Gallant on war crimes and a continuing genocide case at the International Court of Justice, but a myriad of other cases are about to flood the courts everywhere where Israeli soldiers travel. The Israeli army recently decided to conceal the identities of all troops who participated in the campaign in Gaza for fear that they could be pursued when traveling abroad. A ceasefire in Gaza is thus not the end of Palestine's nightmare, but the start of Israel's. Regionally, the ceasefire leaves Israeli troops in Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria. It would be delusional to think that Israel has restored the deterrence it lost when Hamas struck on the 7th of October. The 15th-month war has set the region aflame, and Israel need not do much for another conflict to break out. Israel's undisguised bid to divide Syria into cantons is provocative to Syrians of all denominations. Its plans to annex areas B and C of the West Bank are an existential threat to Jordan. Annexation will be treated in Amman as an act of war. Deconfliction will be the patient work of decades of reconstruction, and Trump is not a patient man. With the enormous cost in lives, every family in Gaza has been touched by loss. But what Gaza has achieved in the last 15 months could well transform the conflict. Gaza has shown all Palestinians it can withstand total war and not budge from the ground upon which it stands. Gaza tells the world that the occupiers threw everything they had at them, and there was not another Nakba. Gaza tells Israel that Palestinians exist and that they will not be pacified until and unless Israel talks to them on equal terms about equal rights. It may take more years for that realization to sink in, but for some Israelis it already has. Columnist Yair Asulin wrote in Haaretz, "Even if we conquer the entire Middle East, and even if everyone surrenders to us, we won't win this war." When this conflict is finally over, Gaza may yet prove to have been the key battleground around which this long war has turned. What everyone in Gaza has achieved is of historic significance.